So today we are looking at averages, and the first question we need to answer is, what is an average? Well, an average should just be a measure of the center of some data. It should give us an idea of what a typical value, what a normal value is in our data set. Now, there are three types of average that we will cover. We've got the mean, the median, and the mode. And they all look for something slightly different in our set of data. Okay, sometimes contextually one of them isn't appropriate, so we may need to use another one. So you need to be happy that you can use all three. So we need to have to think about what they are. So when we are talking about the mean, well, that one is the one that we tend to think of the most, and that's the one that's kind of adopted the name of being the average, although argue with a mathematician, they'll tell you that it's not. But we find the mean by finding the total and then by dividing by how many things you had. So how many values. Moving on to our median. Our median is a little bit easier to find. So that is our middle value. But that is only the case if your data is in order. And we like to go from smallest up to the largest. And we're dealing with that. Finally, our mode, that should be the easiest one. That is the thing that's there most often. It's the most common value in your data set. Okay, so let's look at an example. We might ask you to find the mean, the median, or the mode. For this one, we're going to find all three just to see what it tells us. So we're going to find it of the following data set. So we've got 8, 10, 6, 7, 7, 13, 40. Should we go? Let's go 8, 7, 7, 11, 6, 8, 7, and 10. So first thing we're going to find is we are going to try and find the mean. And so we are going to need to add all these values up. So 8 plus 10 plus 6 plus 7 plus 7 plus 13 plus 40 plus 8 plus 7 plus 7 plus 11 plus 6 plus 8 plus 7 plus 10. It's a lot of things to try and add up, but it's not an unreasonable expectation of you. So when you add them all up, you should find that you end up getting 150. And we are going to divide that by however many things there were, and there are 15 numbers in this set. And so your mean value comes out to be 10. If we want to find our median value, we should be looking for the number in the middle, but that was subject to it being in order from smallest to largest, which just now it is not. So we are going to have to reorder our data before we can do anything else with this. So we've got 6, 6, and I'm just going to try and score these off from the list as we go so that I don't miss any. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 7s. So we've got 7, a 7, 7, a 7, a 7, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 1, 2, 3 8s, an 8, an 8, and an 8. 8, 2 8s, 3 8s. There are no 9s. There's 2 10s. So we've got a 10 and a 10. We've got 11. We've got 13. And then finally, all the way up the top is 40. And so what we're looking to do is we want to find the value in the middle. We want to find the place that splits our data in half. And so a couple of ways we can do this. I'll show you some more in the next one. Easy thing to do is just make sure we've got the same number of things on each side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 things. If we try and divide that by 2, we're going to have 7 and a bit, which means we should have 7 things on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that value there is going to be the thing that splits my numbers. And so there should be 7 things on that side and 7 things on that side. And so this part here is my middle, or that's what we're looking at today, is our median. So the median is equal to 8. Finally, we want to find our mode. So our mode, normally just done by inspection. We don't have a kind of fancy trick for that one. We just look at it and we just see which one appears the most. And because I've had to write it out again, it's already fresh in my mind a number of times. I had to write this number 7 down here. 7 happens 5 times in our data set, which is more than any other. And so our mode is 7. And so what we need to think about is which one of these is the most appropriate. Which one of these gives us the most accurate result? And normally when we're asking you to do one of these questions, we'll have already decided which one we think that is. Okay, but there are some questions where we won't have done, and we'll ask you to try and think about it. And what we're trying to get you to spot here is that most of our numbers are kind of smaller numbers. A lot of them are single-digit numbers, but there's one number up here, this big 40, is pulling my mean up to be a larger number than it should be. And so it's not really giving us a typical value. Right? A typical value of 10 doesn't really happen very often. And so we need to decide which one we think is the most appropriate. In this case, you could argue a case for either the median or the mode, depending on your point of view. Okay, let's look at another example. Let's just find the median of this one. Okay, and let's have it so that we've got 8, 10, 2, 5, 4, 2, 7, 6, whatever. So the first thing we spotted is that they're not in order. And so once again, we're going to have to reorder our data list. And so from smallest to biggest, I've got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 10. And I've written exactly underneath. And so I can see that I've not left anything out because it's exactly the same length. So this time, how many things have I got? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And so when I want to split it in half, I'm going to have exactly 4 things on each side. And so the middle part of my data now should be coming here. Okay, and that leaves me with 4 things on that side and 4 things on that side. But the problem we've got now is that there isn't actually a number here. And so what we need to do is we need to find what number should go there. And so what number comes between 5 and 6? Well, it's just 5.5. So just to complete our question for this one, the median for this set of data is equal to 5.5.